Hello friends, we are in the first episode of our 7 of the Week series. I had previously made 5 films a week, thinking that there are people who do not normally watch movies every day. But there are also people who go out and have fun, meet with their friends, and go to the movies. However, I see that life is incredibly expensive, and people have no social activities left to do other than sitting at home and watching movies and TV series. So I decided to continue the list with 6 movies and 1 TV series. Have a nice watch. Nomadland. It is a 2020 American drama film. In 2008, there was an economic crisis in America. What is told in this movie is the story of people who have difficulty making ends meet and are looking for a way out. Fern's life changes completely after she loses her husband and the gypsum factory in Nevada closes. He sets out to look for a seasonal job in the Amazon and starts living in his caravan. Throughout his journey, he meets people like himself who are homeless and living in caravans and establishes temporary communities with them. However, Fern eventually finds herself alone again and begins traveling around America. Thanks to this journey, Fern changes her perspective and begins to think that life has nothing to do with material things and commitments, but rather living and creating memories. Likewise, if there is Frances McDormand in a movie, that movie is not bad. I love seeing this woman with messy hair. It's like I run into an acquaintance. It is a film that has received awards from many organizations and festivals, including Oscar awards in 3 categories in 2021. Breaking the Waves. It is a film co-produced between Denmark and France in 1996. In the early 1970s, faithful but conservative people live in a town in rural Scotland. Among them, Bess, who is childish, pure-hearted and faithful, falls in love with Danish oil worker Jan, and her community disapproves, but they marry anyway. Bess learns that there is nothing scary about love or sex. He believes that he is experiencing the most beautiful feelings in the world and begins to pray to God every day. All he wants is for his happiness to remain intact. But what Bess feared happens. You know, there are ageless people, and this is one of those ageless movies. Anyway, when I see Emily Watson in a movie, it seems to me that there is no possibility of that movie being a bad movie. Is a person so suitable for cinema? When I watched this movie, I realized that I was not wrong. Definitely watch this movie, which is being screened on Mubi and has received many awards from various festivals and organizations, including the grand prize of the 1996 Cannes Film Festival. The Beguiled. It is a 2017 American drama film. The film takes place in a girls' school in Virginia during the American Civil War. Only the school's principal, Martha, 5 female students and a teacher remained in the school. While searching for mushrooms in the woods, one of the students, Amy, encounters a Union Army soldier named John McBurney. McBurney was wounded in the leg during the battle and has since escaped. Amy brings McBurney to school, fearing that the locals will hear that they are harboring an enemy. The women lock him in the downstairs music room. While Martha tries to hide her shyness towards McBurney's presence, she also tries to heal his leg wound. All the women and girls at school immediately begin to circle around the handsome man. Will McBurney, who thinks he has landed in heaven, suffer the wrath of women? I was surprised at this film, for which Sofia Coppola won the Best Director award at the 2017 Cannes Film Festival, received a score of 6.3 on IMDb. I suggest you give a chance to this film, which has a place in my mind and is shown on Netflix. Titane. It is a psychological thriller co-produced between France and Belgium and was released in 2021. As a child, Alexia had a car accident and a titanium plate was lodged in her head. After the accident, he feels an uncontrollable interest in cars. This attraction makes her a showgirl at a motor show. One night, a fan follows Alexia in the showroom parking lot, expresses interest in her, and forcibly kisses her. Alexia brutally kills him with her large metal hairpin. It becomes clear that Alexia, who has killed several men and women in the last few months, is a serial killer. The movie, Titane, received the Golden Palm Award from the 2021 Cannes Film Festival. The Hateful Eight, Western mystery thriller genre. It tells the story of the conflicts between 8 suspicious characters who take shelter in a cabin to protect themselves from a snowstorm in Wyoming after the American Civil War. After the Civil War, an executioner takes a prisoner to stand trial at Red Rock. On the way, they encounter another bounty hunter and the sheriff. When the snowstorm hits, 4 more strangers join them. As these characters try to hide their prejudices, hatred, interests and secrets against each other, the tension gradually increases. Even though there were scenes of violence, the humorous dialogues that took place at unexpected times made the movie very entertaining. The production won the Oscar for Best Soundtrack and won 5 awards in total. It is a second-season psychological thriller series where a different story is told in each season. This 2018 American series is based on true stories. In Season 1, Deborah is a successful, beautiful woman living in Newport Beach, one of California's trendiest beach towns, who, after several failed marriages, decides to try online dating. He meets an anesthesiologist named John, and although John slips up a bit on the first date, he comes up with a decent apology. Things move very quickly after that and Deborah suddenly finds herself married. Deborah's 2 daughters are alarmed by this marriage without a pre-contract because John has never reassured them. Despite some melodramatic plotting and the over-dramatization of many scenes, Dirty John is surprisingly gripping and, despite running for 8 episodes, you don't know how you got to the end. Season 2 tells Betty's story. Betty is a woman raised with strong Catholic values and prepared by her strict parents to be the perfect housewife. She marries Daniel Broderick, a promising doctor candidate. He sacrifices himself to help his wife, a rising doctor and later a lawyer, reach this situation. They have 4 children and move to California and live a good life there. However, in the mid-80s, their marriage ended unexpectedly for Betty. Feeling unfair, Betty experiences the frightening consequences of a complicated breakup in the most dramatic way. Heartbreak and anger begin to spiral into madness. I have a definition. I call such productions women's films. I enjoy this genre very much. I wonder why, but I think everyone will enjoy it because it tells both true stories and relationships. I think you should watch it. It's currently showing on Netflix.